would sing from within. My inside ribbon turning commotion. But I visualize your hips in motion. My body starts decomposing from your lack of emotion. Sexual poison. Tell me I'm your need, your sexual poison. Hypnotize me.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Let me tell you a story. There's no start and no an end. This is not a fairy tale, just another love song once again. Singing poems through my mind, singing random melody and a feeling of desire. Just another story about you and me. Let me love you again. Let me hold you tight. Let's stay up all night or the sunrise. Share the moment with you. Let me love you Let me hold you tight. Let's stay up all night or the sunrise. Share the moment with you. Let me love you again. Let me hold you tight. Let's stay up all night or the sunrise. Share the moment with you. Let me love you again. Let me hold you tight. Let's stay up all night or the sunrise. Share the moment with you.
Welcome. We're a little dark.
We're a little dark, Chenzo.
Little dark, Chan. So welcome to Brooklyn Cafe. Listen, I'm excited because there are so many things going on right now. Besides that great music by Ms. Liv.
Miss Love.
And Ms. Love opened up with her band, the first song, a Poison song that she's done before. And she opened up the show with that because we are promoting D-Land.
It's a land.
The land. I don't know what it is. I'm Puerto Rican. It sounds like the land. I'm out at sea. I see the land. The land.
I
Right?
got to tell you, all day between your D-Land, he's calling it Dylan, and DeLand, I don't understand how this word is so complicated. It's like De Bronx. DeLand.
I'm glad you looked it up. That helps me tremendously.
DeLand. D-Land. We're
But-
still a little dark.
But that's April. Yeah, we are dark. April 17th at
DeLand.
that place, Land of North.
North of
Orlando?
Orlando.
It's the Palooka. The what? It's a Palooza. And we're going to be there. Ms. Love is going to open up the show. There's going to be 100 bands up there. But the thing that really I like about this whole thing, it is all in the music. No cover bands. You're allowed one cover band, I understand, right? But for 99% of it,
Only allowed one song.
One song.
One cover song per band.
Well, she understands you're Puerto Rican.
well, it means that you're going to see
Yes.
art.
Oh, it's all
artisticness,
originals.
Originals. And those are the people we want to work with.
All originals, yes.
So the guys over there in the back are starting, they're going to have an advertisement and everything else. We're starting to put together a framework where we're sending to them because we want to bring them in studio. We want to put them all over Boca. These guys are coming from all over Florida.
And
So-
outside of Florida.
And outside of Florida. So because of the technology that we have, we can bring those bands in right into our studio and they can play their hearts out.
We've got, 5 cameras going here today? Unbelievable.
So part 2 is
Slick.
Slick is doing IGTV. It is the
Oh,
first
it's on
time that
our-
we're going to be airing this thing on for 2 hours. It's something that my son and I talked about 4 years ago. And even though we've done segments on IG, they never allowed you to do more than 15 minutes. They've opened up the gamut now. So now we're going to have a whole new audience over there. If he doesn't take out the studio, we're in great shape. If he doesn't hit a camera or a light.
You know, it's a good thing Slick's so slim, because he kind of maneuvers in that. Can you imagine if he wasn't so slim?
Well, we call him Slick because he's the skinniest guy here. I told him, why don't you give it to Dan? He's skinnier and taller.
They decided there's a height requirement for men in here, and it's 6 feet and above.
I've decided that your shoe size has to be 5 feet and below because they take stuff out with their feet.
Well,
like you've
yeah, that's what
never
happens
seen.
when you're 6 feet and above. Your feet have to match your height, and it's kind of like the dog in his paws. Whoop,
How can such a skinny guy have the worst balance?
because he's tall.
And he was an
Dylan.
athlete. He was a runner. Well, he must have run with his big feet.
Do you run like that?
I do. Thumbs up. You know why? Because I need a car to say, yo, give me a ride. Yo, going that way.
You are funny.
You know, you're very observant. Not. Anyway, as you could tell, we're all in a giddy mood today because we're trying all the different technologies. The tripod that Slick is using is a throwback of 12 years of technology. And in this studio, these people are always trying to throw my stuff away.
Came in the dad bag.
They throw my stuff away. So I went into my bag and I came out with a tool to hold the phone onto a stabilizer.
You did.
And you should see this thing. If you don't want to come and see a show, it's okay, but you should see this thing. This is going into the Hall of Fame of rigged tripods. I think we should sell it.
You guys should patent it.
I think we should take a picture of this, put it on every social media and says, can you tell me what this is?
You know what this is? You guys, this is a MacGyver. This is totally a MacGyver.
No, that's a mulligan.
Not only did you pull out that,
MacGyver.
I think the phone holder is for my makeup mirror. So it's totally a MacGyver. All you're missing is some chewing gum.
That's your makeup mirror?
Yes.
Now I've heard everything.
That is my ring light makeup mirror phone holder. Yes.
There's 4 things on that thing.
That's why
I
it's a
still don't
MacGyver.
understand how she got it on the boot, on the tripod. But she doesn't understand how I got the thingamajig on the stabilizer. So we like both lost, and we came together like peanut butter and chocolate.
And
it
that's how it
worked.
goes.
And I gotta tell you something, don't take it apart, because nobody knows how to put it back together again. Ain't that the truth?
That's the truth.
I seen things in my life, my journey is full of pages of craziness. That, ladies and gentlemen, is worth watching.
Did you hear Miss Aline found her music from 20 years ago?
I heard the story, but I was distracted by this guy taking out a light and this. What was the story?
Well, I was looking for one of the songs that I wrote maybe 5 or 6 years ago just to play with a band and try to see the version of what I did, and I couldn't find it on my computer, so I was digging into my archive folders and his original CDs, not even in iCloud, the cloud, whatever that was. And I found a CD with my name, Aline, in Hebrew. And I'm like, okay, it sounds something that's from Israel back in the day. So I put it on a computer and I heard my first written songs that I wrote when I was 18.
Wow.
Recorded in a studio when I was like one of my first recordings on my original music in Hebrew. And I heard it and I forgot about it. It was just kind of like serendipity.
So you sing in Hebrew
And I
too?
started crying and I was like, wow. And I had no idea that I actually had that. So happy about it right now.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? I want to hear it.
What does music in Hebrew sound like?
It's beautiful.
This is a national, this is not that.
But is that Hebrew?
No.
What is that? That's Hebrew, right?
Yes, but it's not.
Megillah, all
It's
that.
more like a holiday traditional.
But it's words.
Yeah, it's definitely.
What are you
Words
laughing at me
in
for?
Hebrew.
Yeah, but it's not.
Ela,
exactly
Magillah, it's like
my song.
Megillah, get over here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that's a true song.
Habanagila, yes, it is a true
You
song.
know the words?
Kinda. Maybe a little bit better than you.
Seriously. So,
Aline probably knows them all.
Aline, you know the words to that song?
Not really. I'm embarrassed. Like, not really. I mean,
It's
I
like-
know a little bit. I
Why are
know
you guys
some
embarrassed?
of them are not national songs, they're holiday songs, but whatever I found is not exactly like that. It's more timeless music with a lot of harmonies and sounds like world music, and my voice is clear and young, and it was just very, very emotional for me to discover. I will definitely, play something. not
Yeah,
today,
we wanna hear it,
but
right,
I will-
definitely.
I will send you what I have.
Wow.
And I will work on one of the songs and sing it in Hebrew here.
That's interesting. You call it a MacGyver. We call it a mulligan.
You know, I call it a MacGyver. Ever see the show MacGyver?
Yeah. But we call it a mulligan.
Why?
In golf, a mulligan is when you pick up the ball because it fell in the lake and you take a stroke and you throw it as a mulligan. So in Puerto Rican language, we sort of don't know the words. So we go, and then
No,
we
that's
go
two
back to the
different
words.
things. That's a Habanagila is a song, and a MacGyver is the rig that you did over here.
I know, but a mulligan means when you're singing a song, like you change the words to the song all the time.
Yes, because
And your
I'm very
kids-
bad with lyrics.
and your-
I'm like, what are the lyrics? The worst lyrics.
And
Like,
your
more
kids
than a
make fun of
woman
you,
was
right?
bald-headed woman always in my
See,
head.
more than a woman is a bald-headed woman. That's called a mulligan. So we make up words as we go along, and then we go back to the lyrics, right? We all do that. See, it's not.
Pretty normal.
But I'm excited to hear that song.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna work on that, and it's more than one song. It's like 5 or 6 songs.
Wow.
That was in a CD, all in Hebrew, and for me, 20 years, I forgot about it. It's just like kind of a new discovery that I've created, and I think now is the time to show it.
I mean, she barely looks a little more than 20, right? But yet, she is.
She's like 21,
I know, she looks amazing.
22.
The key is, she tells me, not to get married.
What?
That's how she stays so youthful looking.
How?
She's never married, yes.
Or she's been off all this time?
Right.
It took the board operator around 10,
Should
15
always
minutes.
leave that one open then.
She didn't hear it? Oh, but she was being picked up on that one?
No, that one was off. So yeah, start from the top. Man. What 20 years of
It's okay, I can repeat it.
I say nothing.
But it was a really, really good discovery for me. It was
I
I
need a
started
bigger hat to
crying and
hide.
I listened to it, and my friend was there. He owns a recording studio. He was blown away.
Did you send it to him?
He was in my house when I was showing it, and I played it, and I stayed there shocked and cried from emotions because it took me back 20 years ago.
That's
before I
amazing.
even came to New York, before I moved to the United States, it was when
Where were you living at the time?
in Israel. When I
Did you ever live in a kibbutz?
no.
You ever live in a kibbutz? Kibbutz?
Never
Kibbutz
lived
is
in a
a
kibbutz or a
communa,
kibbutz.
like
No,
it's a
neither.
commune
Never
place.
lived on a kibbutz or a caboose.
You ever lived there?
No.
I did in New York. What is wrong with you people?
What do you
There's
mean
no
New York?
kibbutz
In New
in New
York.
York.
Yes, they were.
New York.
In the 70s, yes.
There was a kibbutz.
Yes.
Well, I
Really?
don't know what
Yes.
happened in 70s. I wasn't born.
A kibbutz is a bunch
It's
of
a
people
commune-
get together. A community.
commune-
Maybe you lived
living.
in a commune
What? Not commune.
or a
No.
cult.
Yeah, that was me. I was with Charles Manson's cult.
There'd be no kibbutz in Manhattan.
Yes, there were.
Where?
At first
Lower
I'm hearing in
Manhattan.
Manhattan, in New York,
In
kibbutz.
Alphabet City, there was a kibbutz.
Really?
Yes. And my teacher took us down on a field trip. And we stayed there all day. And so we were kids, you were little kids. And we said it was like living there. I was in 72. How old was I? 10 years old.
And what was this kibbutz like in
It's
New
like
York?
they do in Israel. Everybody gets food together and they share it and they grow things and everything else.
Well, kibbutz is it's a place that people share bedrooms, share bathrooms, share kitchen.
Everything.
Everything is basically share, and they all work there. And they're not getting paid. They're just basically living there to work in the same place. That's
That's
how
like our
I
place.
know it.
And when you sell something, the kibbutz shares the money. If you need shoes, if you need a dress,
Yeah.
and all the money's taken together, and everybody gets paid. It's like modern socialism.
Kind of, yeah.
And it was kind of like our studio. One advertiser, and we each get paid a little bit.
Correct. It works the same. Where do you think I got the philosophy? I just don't understand what you don't do. You've never been involved.
In a kibbutz? Because I
Yeah.
never knew there was a kibbutz outside of Israel, quite
Did you go to
honestly.
Israel and check it out? Did you
Yes.
go to the
The Golan Heights, yes.
You went to the Golan Heights?
Yes.
There were a bunch of kibbutzes out there.
Yes, but not in
Did
Lower
you
Manhattan.
visit?
Yeah, they're all
Sure.
over.
So you sat and you ate with your hands and everything?
With the hands, it's
You eat with your
how is that
hands.
connected?
Because they didn't want to spend money on the spoon.
I don't know what kind
It's
of
a
kibbutz
true
you know.
story. Why are you guys laughing at me?
No.
It's true.
I don't
They
know.
have farms, they have fresh food and potatoes, all that. They all have all the natural organic food there, but definitely have forks.
I'm gonna
and-
tell you, you guys are gonna look at me crazy, but they have sugar cane. You ever seen sugar cane when it's in the stem? And they take it and they cut a piece of the sugar cane and they use it like a wooden spoon. And when they used to eat the rice, the beans and stuff off of the shoot, I'm being serious here. And I asked my father, and my father was a sugar cane cutter. And he says, yeah, we used to do that in Puerto Rico too. And they make like utensils out of the cane. You're looking at me like I'm nuts.
Like bamboo. No, they make utensils now out of bamboo to make them sustainable. It's like what's old is new again.
Yeah, but you take a knife and try to cut bamboo. Yeah, I dare you. Try to cut that bad boy. It's hard.
So
But
you're constantly, so there's more sugar, because if you're using a sugar cane spoon or fork, you're eating
it's
sugar.
the outside. It's like the stem.
Oh, the outside. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And when I was a kibbutz,
They
we
should do that
learned.
again, make it biodegradable.
And it's funny, when I was 10 years old, the reason they took us was to learn to share, which is what the whole concept
What was the
is.
name of it?
Alphabet City. Avenue A, Avenue B, Avenue
Alphabet
C.
City is like a lower
Lower
east
Manhattan.
side,
Lower East
lower east side of Manhattan. Yeah.
It's a true place. You know, you didn't believe me when I was in auxiliary about coming
And
seeing
going,
me.
yeah, I know, coming in Seaman Street, yeah.
Never
Coming out of
heard
your
or
Seaman
known about kibbutz in the city. That's my first.
Yes,
first
I'm gonna
time
tell you,
hearing
New
this.
York City is a magical place.
Oh, I know
Do you
that.
know? You ever been to the horse stables in New York City?
No.
Do you know there are horse stables in New York City?
Where?
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan. What? You never seen the horses in Central Park?
Well, I
With the
know horses
carriages?
walking. I think now they're no longer there, but
They stopped doing it.
But I know the horses. I don't know where they're parking.
Down in the Lower Bowery, in the Lower East Side, and it was called Horse City. And I used to go down to Horse City.
I can't even believe you're right.
Wow!
You
Wow! Really?
Have to get checked.
I can't believe you're checking up on me.
New York Daily News called Urban Kibbutz.
Thank you.
Well, it
And
was
Freddie
before I was
was
born,
there.
and nobody even
In
actually
Crown
mentioned it.
Heights, Brooklyn.
They
But
had
this
it
is
there, too.
2009, but there's got to be another one.
It was
Wow.
Freddie was there too. And it's funny because in Brooklyn, when the Jews went over the bridge and they went into Brooklyn, right? There was a lot of Jews in Brooklyn. You couldn't get an apartment or nothing because it was all close-knit families. You had to know somebody to get an apartment in Brooklyn.
This guy who started this one, he was introducing the kids to socialist Zionism. The oldest Zionist
Modern
movement
day
in
of
existence.
socialism is
running
social
summer camps
Zionism.
near Liberty, New York.
You know what that is? I do.
Alphabet City? Is that where Liberty, New York is?
I'm not going to say nothing more.
Wow,
But you don't
Freddie.
believe me.
Good
That's
to
okay.
learn, good to know, because I've never heard about that.
It's all about the sharing.
That's unbelievable. These are all 20-somethings. This was 2009, this article, but had to have gone back before that. Very interesting.
All right, so what time do you have to leave, Mr.
5 minutes.
All right, so why don't we take a commercial break
Okay.
so we can come back and Mr. Blake could do his thing because his grade is
Yes, I got to work on that today.
his
as a
grade is
matter of
about
fact.
to be determined in the next 30 seconds.
Is this his
when he goes
final?
on the air. Well, I don't know. We're gonna see.
right.
Slick is gonna determine it.
Yeah, I feel like, thank you.
All right.
That's great.
We go to
Stay tuned.
commercial and come back to
We're going
him.
to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear the pitch. We'll be right back.
It's too late.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff from PromoStuffForYou.com. We are now entering some really challenging and uncertain times, but one thing is for certain is branding and marketing doesn't stop. At PromoStuffForYou.com, we have access to 1.4 million promotional and branded products. We want to sit down with you and help you come up with that right strategy to make sure that the remainder of this year goes smoothly for you and make sure that your name is out there. Branding is the most important thing a company can do, and it's not just for cattle anymore. So contact PromoStuffForYou.com, 561-693-2117. Visit our website, call us, we're happy to help. You can reach us at 561-693-2117. Looking forward to helping.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke? If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Café. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Are you looking for something to do on April 17th? That is a Saturday. Well, In DeLand, Florida, the 9th annual DeLandapalooza Original Music Festival is being hosted. Hours are between 1 p.m. and 12 a.m., right? And if for contact information, call 386-306-2694. It's going to be a great event. Over 52 bands at this event, and it's going to be great. I'm going to go out and back to Dawn and Freddie Hess.
Wide awake, on the sunrise, singing a song all night long. Come on down. Sit next to me. Open your eyes to paradise. I don't follow tradition, just my intuition, and I'm falling again and again. I don't follow tradition, just my intuition, and I'm falling again and again. You and I have been feeling love, healing, deliver dreams. I don't follow tradition, just my intuition, and I'm falling again and again. I don't follow tradition, just my intuition, and I'm falling again and again. Wide awake, on a sunrise, singing a song all night long.
I think Miss Love is ready for the bazooka. Bazooka. What is it called?
The La Palooza. You know,
Palooza.
everything
La
sounds the
Palooza?
same too. The Palooza, Bazooka.
What
That's
is it
tomorrow
called?
night.
What?
What's it called? Is your green light on?
Yes. Working this time.
What's it called?
So, what is your event called?
Delusa? I need to double check on that.
And now and everyone's so confused. What's it called, Blake? The whole event.
Palooza.
The Land of
Palooza.
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 Right? I was right.
A Palooza.
You know what a palooza is?
I know a Lockapalooza.
It's a woman with a hairy chest.
No.
Look
What's
it up.
wrong with you?
Look it up.
What?
Look it up. That's what we used to call women in New York.
That's just not nice. That's not. Nice job, Blake.
Palooza. In
like
Spanish is pelo. In English is uza. And you put palooza together.
Wow.
True.
Learning new language today.
I gotta tell you, I'm looking at you and I'm looking at your glass. I'm like, that really looks like you, kind of.
This would be me.
I saw it from here and I really realized that right away
I'm gonna
that's
make
you.
believe I'm drinking out of it.
Right?
It's
Isn't
really
that
good.
crazy?
This is
Unbelievable.
outrageous. Outrageousness. I don't even know how to hold this. I'm afraid to hold it because I may rub it out. Can't wash it, can't do that.
You gotta wash it by hand. Then
Shut
it said
up.
no.
Oh, you
Slick.
can't. So it's not something that it washes out. If you
No,
wash
no,
it.
no. It's fine. They said just wash it by hand and don't put ice. Oh, at least mine, I can't put ice in. It might. My marbles might fall off.
I think
if
you can't
put.
put.
Ice
You
in
just
it.
put it there and as a decoration. I don't think it's something.
The problem is that wherever you put this, it's gonna fall and break. I already know it.
Put it in a display.
We
you
need
can't
a
put ice in
display.
yours because your bazookas will
My
fall off.
bazookas will fall off.
You become
You got
bazookaless.
paloozas and I got bazookas, and my bazookas will fall off. Aren't these unbelievable glasses, though?
Do you
really
know that the glasses look good with Barbara's paintings?
Actually, that's Teddy did a social media post with it just like that yesterday. I know. She saw
We're
that.
gonna
Isn't
have
that
to put
amazing?
something together with these.
What are you putting together?
Something on the wall to hold them up like that.
It's just more for me to dust.
That's what
From
I think.
dawn to dusk. Just dusk. From
Dusk,
dawn to dusk.
dusk and dust, yes.
Listen, I wanted to, we don't have anybody on the phone, right?
No.
I wanted to play a game with all the kids, now that Blake has left, about things that were said in the day. We started doing this earlier today. Things that were said in the day that they have no clue of what it means, today.
I want her guest on, Karen.
All right, we'll bring her on in a half hour.
What?
Tony's guest, but it's a 1:30 segment. Don't worry, keep
Okay.
going.
So why don't you sit over here? Teddy, come here. Come here. And what I want to do is, I started to do this with Teddy, but I didn't do it with Slick or Vinny. So I wanted to ask you guys some of the words, some of the things that were said in the day, like we were doing before, that you didn't hear. I started off with the word, what's the stuff that was in the libraries called Finnish?
Microfiche?
Microfiche.
Everyone wonder why it's
Microfiche.
microfiche and not microfish.
Do you know what microfiche is? No. Anybody here know what it is?
Sure.
Well, you and I, because we're old. In the day, the film that's on that machine in the library, so you can see newspaper articles and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, wow.
You know what a library is, yes?
In
It's
the, in
the
the
building with books?
19th century.
A library?
No.
Microfiche?
Yeah.
Microfiche, yes, they still have it.
I don't know. Maybe everything's digital now. Maybe it's all been upgraded.
I'm sure it is.
to
They
digital.
just-
What is the library going to throw away microfiche? What are you going to do with it?
What about the Dewey Decimal System?
That's another one that we saw, Dewey Decimal.
They must still use that.
Dewey Decimal, do you know what that is? Yeah. You do? You don't even know what a library is. Do you have a library card?
Library card. It's like on your iTunes. You have a library there. You have digital library in your
library
phone.
card iTunes. That makes a whole lot of sense. Do you know? Do you remember what the World Book was? You know what it is.
Sounds
Hold on.
familiar.
Do you guys know what the World Book? Now, the smart guy over there in the corner, I got to tell you, Dan is an intelligent dude. Dan, do you know what the World Book is?
I do. The almanac?
The World Book was an encyclopedia, and it did have an almanac in there. You remember the World Book?
Yes, we had all three series. We had the little red ones, and we had the brown ones, and we had the upgraded black ones. Yeah.
I had
Yes.
I had the white one with the gold around it in New York.
And actually, I remember the guy come to sell it at the house, and it was like he came in, probably like used to sell the vacuums, knocked at the door, came in with the encyclopedias, like it was a door-to-door buying encyclopedias.
And yes, I used to sell encyclopedias. Don't laugh.
You did?
Oh my God, so heavy.
Right? Can you imagine? Now it's like just
It's
Google.
clutter now.
Now it's just clutter, right? And everyone had books.
It's funny because when my parents bought the encyclopedia, you know, they had A through Z and all the extra books, and they bought a library for it. And they said, Freddie, come here. And I was this small. I was this big. And I'm looking up at, Mom, I can't even see the letters.
It was like a whole big deal if you had like
It
the
was a big
encyclopedias
thing. We were
in your
the
house,
first
right?
people, the first Ricans in the building that
First
had.
weekend. Did they all come to your house?
Everybody came to the house.
You were like the local library.
Yes, and then she got me a stepladder, and I used to, and then my mother says, do not lend the books out. You had to use it in the room. You could not leave. But the World Book was a big deal.
So the whole building came to you guys.
Now, do you remember 25 cents to make a phone call?
Yes.
Remember
Regular
that?
phones. Can you imagine now with COVID if we did not have cell phones and people using public phones? Totally
You
disgusting.
sprayed the phone until it died.
It was disgusting then, right?
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
always
The
this.
town center mall. Ugh.
They have phones? They had a quarter phone here?
Yeah, in the town center mall when I was a kid, before we had before our generation had cell phones, or at least I was allowed to have one. By the bathrooms in the food court, there was a wall of 5 payphones. So when you were ready for your mom to come pick you up, you had to go to the payphones, put a quarter in, and call mom. I think it was actually 50 cents.
50 cents.
Yeah, and call mom and be like, hey, I need you to pick me up. I'll meet you at Sears.
Wow. Do you guys remember collect calls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, worked on Main Street.
Those was the days.
Collect calls.
Wow.
Well, we had a guest in yesterday. She was talking about how she used to film on Betamax.
The beta.
She used to. Now I think beta of what we do for social media is beta. She actually had beta tapes. She would edit, which I think you really had to splice them together with like tape and stuff.
Does she have Laserdisc also?
Probably.
That camera that you see, camera 2,
Has
is a
Betamax?
tape machine.
Really?
Yes, I'll bring you in the tapes. I have them. I have blanks. It will.
You better be
record.
careful. It may not be blank. What could be on them?
There's nothing naughty on them.
Naughty. Look at his face. He's like,
Hold on a second.
Careful before you show Vinny those tapes.
It's a tape machine, and there's a converter that turned those tapes into digital. And then the digital goes on. It used to take me 2 hours to do this. And Gio showed me how to convert them. That's the first camera I bought 12 years ago. But I still have the tapes, and then we turn it into a digital. He says, Dad, you want to stop doing the tape things? When I did Obama's thing up in North Carolina, it was all tape, and I had to convert it to send it over.
Really?
Oh my God. Now, do you remember the cell phone that was this big?
The brick?
The brick. I had one of those too. You ever had a brick?
No.
I worked for John Hancock, and I had a brick. And I used to put it in a pouch. I thought it was so cool. And when I took this thing out, I had such a cramp in my arm. It must have weighed 400 pounds. And you can barely hear the person on the other
Do you
side.
never Nokia phones? How tough they were?
Yeah.
The what?
Nokia phones.
They were like the really small ones that you could play Snake on, and they're like nuclearly indestructible. They have ones that are like in cement because people would drop them and they still work.
Really?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now they want you to drop them so you buy new ones. They've realized we can't let technology last too long because then it stops the forward progression of upgrades.
Now, isn't it funny how in the day things were?
Am I like a total conspiracy theorist or what?
No, you're just a troublemaker. Do you remember anything in the day? Any words? Any that you used to use? You know, the 86, and I'm always telling Slick about, I used to use that in the day.
Yeah, I have to look it up with 86 minutes.
86?
Code
You
86?
still use that in
It's like a
restaurants.
drunk or something, right?
86 means
That's
get rid
it.
of
Game
it.
over to him. Yeah.
Exit stage right.
I mean, we still use it in restaurants. You'd be like, oh, like 86 rice, and there's like no rice. They use that today.
Yeah,
You
that's
still
in the
use a
day.
lot of old school stuff.
I don't even know it.
The
Hey,
debt.
listen, you see the little thingamarig here? That's old school. That's 12 years old. That piece has never been used
We
before.
call this MacGyver.
That's a good name for it.
We now name our equipment
And
MacGyver.
that's her light holder.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a
can't
MacGyver.
I can't believe how you put this together on the tripod.
It works though.
Yeah, but how did you put it on the tripod?
Don't worry about it. It works.
A little bit of bubble gum.
A little bit of bubble gum.
I'm kidding.
Now,
I'm totally kidding.
now, do you remember the thing you just got that clicks, the click
The
clacker?
clapper, yes.
The clapper?
Oh, we still have it.
We still have it. Do you remember the toy, the click clack?
No. There was a duck that used to roll around with like click, 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 clack, like
Yes.
for a kid's toy.
There were two balls on a string,
Oh,
and you held this, and you went up and down, and this thing went dang, 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 dang. It was called the click clack. Everybody had black and blues on their arms. When you went to school, who has the biggest scar?
And what was the purpose of the click clack?
It was the hottest toy sold in New York City.
It's like a fidget spinner.
No, none of that fidget spinner.
Did
Fidget
you ever have a
spinner.
fidget spinner? I bet you did, for sure. Slick?
That's gotta
Yeah, this one that you hold it and it's like rolls. I have no idea why and
a
people, but
fidget
people
spinner.
love it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
This one.
hit it and it just spins. That's all it does.
Well, what good is that? A click clack. You used to see who could do it the longest.
Amy,
So,
have a seat in our living room. Do you like our new living room set?
Amy, you remember the click clack?
Or
Wow.
the fidget
I
spinner?
remember this was when I was younger. It was like a loop that went around your ankle, and I had
Skip it.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Skippy.
Skip it.
That was a Skippy.
Skip it. Didn't it bruise your leg though or ankle?
Yeah, you always got. That's what made me think of it. You had a big black and blue marker on your
Always.
ankle.
You remember the ices, and you had the wooden spoons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember
I
those?
remember the Otter Pops.
And you remember what we did with the spoons?
What'd you do with the
You
spoons?
put it on the floor, like where that line is.
Yeah.
And you took a Spalding and you played. Me and Vinny would be about this distance, and you had to hit the stick. You had to
Really?
hit the spoon. And the first one to get to 12 won.
It's like a game of horse with an ice cream spoon.
A game of what?
Horse.
A A game of horse?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Basketball. What, am I more of your
Ah.
generation than yours?
You're right. I wasn't good at that game. I didn't play it.
I was good at that.
You were good at horse?
Yes.
Of course. Of course. Of course, it takes a horse for Dawn to be good at it.
Yes.
You sound like Mr. Ed.
Yes, I was good at basketball.
You? All
Yes.
4'4" of you?
Yes,
playing
small and
basketball?
mighty,
You couldn't even see
100%.
the rim.
You don't have to, you just sort of like jump.
Now, I can only imagine women that say I was good at basketball probably stink. Because I've seen people tell me, oh, I was good at this. And then when I give it my ball, I say, let me see you do a layup. They look like they're having a convulsion.
You're always so kind, isn't he?
Now, do you know, in the day, we couldn't afford a basketball hoop.
In the day.
So what did we use? What? Garbage can was too big. Milk crate. A milk crate.
You and Fat Albert.
Well, a milk crate is what we use.
Do you know
in the
Fat
day.
Albert would totally be probably taken off air if it was still on, besides the Bill Cosby side of it, but just because his name was Fat Albert.
So what? He wasn't Skinny Albert.
It would be like totally
Do
non-politically
you
correct,
find that politically
socioeconomic.
incorrect to say Fat Albert to a guy? Like I see Dan and call him Shorty. Is that wrong?
But it was Fat Albert. He was living in the projects. So like they totally wouldn't have that on TV anymore. But back in the day, it was just a cartoon.
Yeah, but in the day, we didn't think that way.
Exactly.
You know, in the day, we used to play hockey. In
Street
the
hockey
projects.
or ice hockey?
Street hockey. In the projects. So how did we do it? We had roller skates. And we had a real puck. A hockey puck. And we played in the street with hockey stick. And I was a goalie. They wouldn't let me skate, man. That really stunk. Because I was a chubby fat kid. So they put me as a goalie. So I had cardboard on me. Cardboard boxes. And they sprayed them so they wouldn't rot out. And you used to put a rubber band or something around the legs.
You wore cardboard boxes as pads?
Yeah.
The good New York way.
Amy, really? Yes?
Yeah. Juji thought of this
Look how
thing.
beautiful she looks. Look at your eye makeup.
Noise.
Beautiful.
Cardboard boxes. They bought me a baseball mask. We used a baseball mask. You know what the catchers we use?
You were like a cartoon. You would be in Fat Albert.
What are you talking about? And my brother bought me a hockey stick. You know the big goalie stick? I got to buy one. Then I had to lend it to the whole project so they would have mugged me. So it says, make sure you don't mug Freddie because he's doing it with the stick. So we had 2 sticks. We had the hockey mask. We had a baseball glove. Oh my God, I remember this like yesterday. And we're doing this thing, right? And we're going and we're going. And the puck hit me in the side of the head. Went out.
Yeah.
So they picked me up. They had to move me out of the way because it's holding up the gate. They took off my stuff and they put me on a bench. I'm like this. Yeah, keep going. And that's the way we roll.
Wow. But yet, it explains so very much.
Now, you guys never play street games ever? Hockey?
Yeah.
You play.
Remember Scully Caps?
Yeah.
Oh, you finally found some members Scully's.
You
He
get
talks about this all the time, and everyone says, what are you talking about?
Where did you get your Scullies from?
Let's
No,
give
we
it.
use bottle tops from the you know,
Yeah, but that was too light. We used to take the things off the chairs in schools. I got suspended one day for doing that. Remember those metal rings?
Yeah.
What did you fill your bottle caps with?
I don't remember.
Crayons. We used to melt the crayons in.
Oh.
You needed heavy sustenance. Wow. They hit that. Because at the end, you had to
Imagine
hit it.
kids' toys that are just boxes, lids, and melted crayons.
Well, now Slayers, kids' toys are just kids' versions of adult things. Like, I know we always had, like, the kitchens, but now one of my nieces just got a sewing machine with no needles.
Wow.
How does this sew?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Glue?
Probably
Must be
sewing
laser.
machine.
It's a laser.
Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it just makes the noise. Zzz, you know, that type of
Oh,
thing.
so it doesn't
They
sew.
have little like fake cappuccino machines for kids I've seen with like
And
little
full kitchen,
frothers.
too.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Susie Bake Oven?
Easy bake oven.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Easy Bake Oven.
I remember that.
You had one of those?
Sure.
Of course
And
you
it
did.
smelled
Do you-
so
do,
bad.
Do you remember how they cooked the stuff in it?
It was a light
A
bulb.
light
It's a
bulb.
light bulb.
It was like a 60-watt light bulb, and
Something
it
so
smelled
simple.
terrible.
So me and Juji said to my sister, because she wanted one, she said, what are you talking about? We'll build you one. So we got a box, and we put high definition, like a Cuchifrito light. You know what a Cuchifrito light is?
Like a fluorescent
Hello?
light?
When you go to a Spanish bodega or something and they have the food in
It's
the
red and
casing,
it lights up?
and they have those lights that are heated, keeping it hot.
The red light things?
Okay, it could be red, blue,
Yes.
green. Those are called Cuchifrito lights
Cuchifrito lights.
because it keeps the food hot. You've seen them.
Yeah, the restaurants.
Oh, you're from New York. You know this. So we made this for my sister so she could have a cake. Damn thing caught fire. We got the lamp out of the garbage,
Wow.
and the fireman came. The mattress burned.
Yeah, right.
The little easy
True.
bake ovens.
I remember Furbies and Tamagotchis were like the
Yes.
big thing when I was little.
The Kirby's.
The Furbies.
The
And they
Furbies
were
from McDonald's.
Terrifying.
From
They were,
McDonald's.
I don't know if you got them from McDonald's. We used to get them from the Toys R Us, and it's this little. It looked like Gremlins from the movie, and they would like talk back to you, and they could repeat what you said, and there was games on them. They're horrifying, and you couldn't turn it off.
It would just keep talking.
Yeah, you would turn it off, and you like put it in the closet, and every once in a while
You
you'd
had to
still
tell it to go to
hear it.
sleep. Yes.
Yeah, and it would wake up.
Do you remember Creature Features? You didn't see the Creature. Oh, you saw Creature Features?
We used to. We had a drive-in when I was younger by my aunt in New York, and they used to play them.
Creature Features were the best. Remember
Teddy's got
Twi-
the best of all generations because you've got your dad,
Yeah.
who's like a different generation than your mom.
Yep.
And then you've got your sister. So
Yep.
you just got cross
every
generations of
generation, yeah.
everything in your family.
You had the Twilight Zone. You watched the Twilight Zone. Those you watch, right?
Vinny totally did.
Slick, you know the Twilight Zone?
You know that's on Netflix now?
Twilight Zone is?
Yeah. Or Hulu?
Dan, you know the Twilight Zone?
I definitely remember that music.
I watched it recently.
They made the movie The Twilight Zone because they wanted to bring the series back.
They did.
They made the
And
movie.
they brought on CBS Access, I think, with Jordan Peele as a host.
That's right. And they did it to bring back the Twilight Zone series, and they never took off.
I feel like it was good as it was.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like it more modern. I feel like Black Mirror is more modern.
I can't watch the show anymore. It got too depressing.
It is. It's just scary.
What was the name of the show with the vampires that was big?
Twilight?
Twilight.
Twilight.
Stupid.
Wait, I remember.
What about the monsters?
No, because I was thinking old movies. Old movies, vampire. You had Frankenstein meets the vampire.
Young Frankenstein.
I
Young
love
Frankenstein was hilarious.
I love that movie.
That was hilarious.
Then you had Superman meets.
Wonder Woman.
Was
And
it
they- and they
Batman? Was
made-
that the one that was
and
so
they made
bad that they
Batman.
redid for 4 hours?
No, Justice League.
Justice League. 4 hours of a bad 2-hour movie that just got worse on 4.
No, 4 hours better. Honestly, it got better.
Slick said the 4 hours was good because 2 hours of that one was the worst.
The 2 hours of that one was it's just the
You watched
4 hour
the
one.
4-hour movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because
was-
they gave background on everybody. They
Because
made
you
them
didn't
look-
know who Superman and Batman were, so you needed 2 hours
You
to figure
need
it
2
out.
hours to figure out Superman, Batman, and everybody else. Wonder
It has
Woman.
an
all
interesting
that.
history of the production. It's like.
Yeah, in your mind it would be. Let me ask you, G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. You remember G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
They
Remember
made
the $6
G.I. Joe with
million
the
man?
the Kung Fu grip. You don't remember G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip?
Yep.
So I said to my mother, how can they make a doll that grips thing? She said, just put something in his hand, Freddie. Don't worry about it.
Then there was the $6 million man, but then there was female equality. Then we had the $6 million woman.
Yes, but the $6 million man had the hole in the head so you could look
Look
through
through
it.
his eye, yes.
You remember that?
I love the
You guys
sound
remember that?
effects.
You look through the eye. You would be huge. Ooh, look
Yes,
at
he
it.
had a hole in
So
his
I used
head.
to walk around with a $6 million man stapled to my face. It's the stupidest thing.
But yet everyone needed it.
I don't remember the $6 million woman.
Of course not.
I remember the other one, Miss America. What was her name?
Wonder Woman?
Oof, yeah. I had a crush on Wonder Woman. I
original
Dream
Wonder
of Genie. I used to watch and get a little Woody. I was like 10. I was 10. Relax. I Dream of Genie, remember her? She showed her belly button. That's when they took her off the air.
It was a big thing. Yes, you can't show your belly button.
Remember the 60s Batman? That was my favorite. Adam West.
Adam West.
Yeah.
He was gay, wasn't
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, Adam. Yeah.
He's still.
I was going to say, is he still alive?
No, he passed away a few years back.
He was doing stuff up until he was dying.
Yeah, he was the mayor for Family Guy.
Yeah, and he was on Fairly Odd Parents.
he? And he was on, I just saw the episode on King of Queens.
Really? Yeah.
He was on there as well. And he still talks like this.
He does.
What the hell's wrong with
Him and William Shatner.
I love it.
William Shatner, what show was that?
Star Trek.
You guys remember Star Trek?
Oh yeah.
Star Trek?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right here. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You didn't like Star Trek? William Shatner, you ever notice his hair?
Growing up in different country has completely different shows.
Right.
Space.
William
I was going to
Shatner.
ask
Frontier.
you, between Uzbekistan and Israel, what was pop culture different?
It's completely different because when I'm hearing, I'm like, I'm not familiar with any.
But in those countries, the old movies like are played
Yeah.
even today.
We never really had the opportunity to watch anything international until later 90s. Everything was just in Russian.
They got to sell it all over again.
Because it was not allowed. So we only watched,
Did you see the Munsters?
Ooh.
I don't think so.
You seen the Munsters? I always wonder how they made Herman's head. Because it goes up, right? How the hell did they do that? Plaster. He walked the wrong way. He walked around here. Plaster of Paris.
There's a really famous makeup artist who is famous for doing I can't remember his name right now, but he's famous for doing all the special effects. So he did Addams Family, he did Monsters, and it's full prosthetics. They would have to walk around like that. The woman who does, not the original Morticia Addams, but the newer Morticia Addams, she would have to wear a corset so tight, face tape on her face, and she had so many prosthetics to make her look like that she would get migraines on set and she would have to lay down, trying to look like the
Instead
original
of just
Morticia
opening it
Addams.
up, let the blood flow again, they made it lay down.
Well, because they wanted to look like the original Morticia Addams who was doing the same
Morticia
thing.
Addams. Talk about a hottie. What was the name of her husband that kept kissing her arm? Gomez. He's kissing her arm. Get out of the way, kissing her arm. You gotta. Wow, that chick was hot, baby. Hot.
I'm laughing about how much you look like that cup right now.
You didn't watch. You didn't watch the episode?
I did, but I'm watching you, and you're like a whole cartoon in
I'm
yourself.
gonna tell you, Morticia Addams did it for me, baby. I'm gonna tell you, Morticia was hot. I Dream of Jeannie was hot.
Well, Bewitched.
Now, what about you know who was hot? You're never gonna believe this. The one from the Munsters' wife, Lily. Ooh, baby. She wore, when you die and they put you in a coffin, the material that's inside the coffin?
Don't know.
It's like a material. It's like a very
Silk
light.
satin, yes.
Right. She wore that. That's what she wore. You remember?
I never watched the Monsters.
Wow, you're down to her costume
Lily.
design.
Lily. Yes, because.
I'm really shocked Elvira's not on your list.
Who?
Elvira?
I love Elvira.
You didn't watch Elvira?
I did.
Even I watched that.
I called the Elvira show.
Did you?
She used to be on in Tampa from 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
Remember that, yeah.
And I called her.
You could, if you go to Tampa, you could still see her shooting studios.
Yes, and I called her and I said, listen, I don't have a question. I just wanted to talk to you because I think you were spectacular. She kept me on for 20 minutes.
Wow.
True story. When I was in Tampa, going back in 2005, I think it was, 6. Elvira. Now, you ever see when Elvira takes the makeup off?
Oh, come on. It look that bad with makeup. Come on.
Gotta keep it all on. Because it's like this mental image you get.
Visual.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see what they do in
Don't
other
go,
countries. Not what.
Don't go on because you watched the lifeguard. What was his name with the black kid? Mr. Hunk?
Baywatch?
Baywatch.
Oh, yeah.
How many of you watch Hassel? Look at this one over there. Yum, eat 'em up.
Jason Momoa was in the original Baywatch.
Which
Really?
one? Who?
As a kid, Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Really? He was in the original Baywatch.
It's funny how you remember that, Teddy.
I remember everything about Jason Momoa.
I'm sure. Jason Momoa could have been playing the squid and she would have watched.
Well, growing up, how old were you when you moved to Israel?
9. Was 9 or 10. Yes.
Totally different?
Totally different.
Always in Tel
mentality.
Aviv, though?
Yeah, around that area. It was like small little towns around it. Yeah.
You had no TV.
We had TV,
There were shows on it?
but it was just
Politics?
limited.
Politics?
It was limited. It was what allowed to watch for the kids, what allowed to watch. It was not really open outside of, Uzbekistan or whatever, USSR. And then in Israel it's the same. Israel
in the
was more
USSR,
open.
what would they put on television?
Movies, cartoons, news, just local stuff.
Movies,
they're there, Freddie.
cartoons, stuff. There you go.
Yeah, I was
might
not
be something
really familiar with everything that happens outside of that country.
We always get a box. It's got to be so cool. I mean, it's cool when you're here, right? And you look back at what it was, but when you're living it, you don't realize it. But how different it is for kids in USSR and Uzbekistan versus Israel versus the United States.
Where did you grow up, Slick?
I grew up down here. I came from Haiti. Oh, excuse.
When you were in Haiti at
Yeah,
what
I
age?
came from Haiti when I was 3. So.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't count. You were in South America?
I was in New York and Brazil a lot during the
In
90s.
South America, do they put on regular programming?
Here and there, mostly just play reruns of old shows, like old black and white shows and a lot of old animation shows.
You see, that's the great thing about this country. I got to watch Abbott and Costello. You guys remember Abbott and Costello? Laura and Hardy, you remember them? Got to watch them too.
That's Laurel and Hardy.
I know, I'm pointing at it. Laura and Hardy. Huh? You see, that in Puerto Rican families, the Smother Brothers weren't too. I watched it a little bit, but Hee Haw, remember Hee Haw? Not too much.
Remember Max Groucho?
No, that
Groucho
was
Marx?
before, that was a little bit too far back.
I'm sorry. Bring it back. I'm
But
sorry.
thank you for
But
playing.
totally different.
You watch any of those shows?
No.
You didn't watch TV when you were growing up. You were too busy
No, I did.
dating boys.
I'm
and-
a little younger than you.
I'm sorry, when I was 10, you were 5. When I was 15, you were 10.
So what were you
when I was
watching?
20, you were 15 in high school. What were you watching? Mhm.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's a
Lucy,
whole
tell
other
me.
story.
Right,
Yeah.
you didn't have time for no TV. You were man watching. Let me see who I'm going
I
to
was
date
man
today.
watching early. Yeah, it's true.
I know it's true. You and Slick have a very common denominator.
I don't think Slick's man watching.
Oh, he used to woman watch. When you were 15 in high school, did you have
That
a
means that I
girlfriend?
was a man watching.
Did you have a girlfriend in high school?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
How
yeah.
many? 4 years of high school, how many girls?
We haven't heard about Digit City in a while. There's been no Enchantress. There's been
Yeah,
nothing.
I can't say I can answer that because like I got in trouble like in high school with girls because
How
of
many did you
situation.
have? I don't care the names.
Oh,
4, 12, 18.
I'll say enough. Like,
I don't think he wants to share because they'll
I
listen.
don't want to share because I don't know if they're gonna be because they.
If you were dating
Yeah,
Slick,
they
he's at
kinda crazy.
2400 Northwest. Come on down to see him. He owes you a date. Woo!
But I
You
did
date-
get in
you
trouble
dated heavy
though,
in high
yeah.
school?
I
Adolescent.
barely did anyone. I
didn't
had
date
no
heavy?
girlfriend in high school. I was
Teddy,
a
you dated heavy in high school?
Not heavy. I dated 4 guys.
One every year?
Yeah,
It's like
one
a
every-
vitamin.
No, really, one
You
every
did
year.
a
And
vitamin.
every summer I broke up with them.
Really? Did you date heavy in high school? Amy? Amy, let us in on your secret. Very heavy?
Well, I was class flirt,
You were what?
Nice.
Class flirt.
You were the class first?
and I was the shyest kid in school. But they got.
So
they
how the
named-
hell do you accomplish
Because
that?
I used to stand in the hallway with all the guys, and they were just friends. So the girls didn't bother with me, but I don't know. So they,
So you only
they
have
must have voted
boyfriends?
that I was a flirt.
Boyfriends, not boyfriends, but
Yeah,
boyfriends.
boyfriends. You always
You
had
used to hang out with the
boyfriends.
boys.
Yeah.
I know somebody like that. She tells me stories.
Just like Amy. That's how I understand your mind so well.
No, you do, huh? Look, can we talk?
Where did you go to high school at?
Tel Aviv.
Did you have boyfriends? Was that permissive?
I've not really had anything serious or something. It was a
You
lot
were
of
in high school. There's no
social.
serious.
Yeah, but I don't really consider myself being in a relationship that time. So I had a lot of creative activities more than anything.
I don't.
Creative
I
activities.
stop it there because she goes into the deep end of the pool real fast. Hey, Daniel, did you have girlfriends in high school?
I did.
A lot of them?
3.
Oh, 3. There you go. In high school. The 3 he remembers.
That's it. I was-
How many, oh, no, not yet. Not yet. You ain't running. How many boyfriends did you have in high school?
Seriously? A few. Well, you have to define boyfriend.
Yeah, I knew, I've been preparing for that response
Right?
for 5 years.
Did you go to any proms?
Yes,
Okay.
a lot. Well, every year.
If you kiss a boy, you dating him?
Yeah.
Okay. So now how many have you dated?
Dated?
Well, you said if you kiss a boy, it's a date.
Yeah. I don't know.
You never kissed a boy outside of a date? Like, hello.
No, maybe.
You're lying.
If you
sack
consider
of
kissing
potatoes.
dating, then
define
it's
the
like
kiss.
maybe 50 of them. But like,
You gotta
You
it's-
never
define
went-
kiss, you gotta define
Hold on,
boyfriend.
hold on. You never went to a dance, right? You guys in the day, in high schools, you went to dances, right? You hung out. In college, you hung out. You meet somebody. There's nothing going to happen, but you kiss a guy.
well,
Or you
like,
kiss a girl.
then it's 50 then or 100.
So you kiss a lot
But
of
it's
I mean,
not
you kiss
really,
a lot
I
of
don't
frogs,
count that
right?
as
Yeah, what do
dating.
they
I just
offer
count
you?
that as a experimenting.
Okay, so like I said, we're getting into the deep end real quick. So now how many have you dated?
More than a bread box.
Good answer.
But all my friends in high school were guys. I had very few girlfriends.
Now the point,
all my friends were guys.
The point of that question is that if you dated lightly like that in high school.
But I wasn't dating all of them. Some would just watch my car. Some would just drive me to school. Some,
Dawn,
they were friends.
How did you get somebody to wash your car? I'm going to get all sweaty in 100-degree weather to wash your car because you weren't flapping the eyes on me?
No, just my friend.
Yes, your friend. Mm-hmm. So there was no extracurricular, I wish to meet you under the mango tree? And
no.
None of that?
No.
It's true. Sometimes they do that for no specific reason,
Yeah,
even
so
though subconsciously they help.
You don't realize it though at the time.
Oh,
Now I look
stop.
back, but at the
Stop.
time it was like.
I'm going to throw up right here.
It's true.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's true.
It is not true. You guys are calculated.
No.
You guys know everything.
Not really.
Yes. You
What
put
did
it
she
out
say?
there.
Remember the show Creep Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, the creepy zombie's like, "Hello, boys and ghouls, we're gonna have a fright of a time."
There's a lady shrink that was on this show yesterday. I'm going to give you her number.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we
Well,
head
it just
back,
got interesting.
we're going to Manchester. Why does it always come back to who I date?
It doesn't always come back. I just changed the question because I know how you answer now. I'm beginning to figure out how to ask the question.
Amy, she left. My cohort over there left.
But she's right there.
There. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're heading over to Manchester. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting Café to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
AMP Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock nonstop to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
Looking for a cool, laid-back space with great people and even better drinks? You can't lose. The Artful Dodger, Boca Raton's hidden gem. A good, old-fashioned local bar is hard to come by, but not anymore. The Artful Dodger is a fun, casual place to sit back and relax. Located at 495 Northeast 20th Street in Boca Raton, you'll find your new favorite bar. The Artful Dodger. We'll see you there.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation, staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hello, guys. I'm Vinny Alvarez from No Pun Intended. Today, I want to talk about Gubba Rum. Do you feel bored or tired and the party's not going on at all? Then bring some Gubba Rum. It'll start the party and everyone will have fun, including me, Vinny, the weirdo who likes to talk about random stuff. And now, back to Freddie and Dawn. Eileen, my bad.
I have a question. Who revealed my path into the light? I was wondering who would save me on a darkest night. Why? I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. Why?
Unbelievable. The music of Miss Eileen Leave. How do people find your music?
They can go to my site, leanleave.com, or they can just go to Apple, Amazon, SoundCloud, Eileen Leave. Just Google search it. You can find it there. Facebook, Instagram, I'm all over.
I can't wait to even hear your old new ones again.
Yeah, I will prepare something.
Wow. How amazing, right?
Don't ask me because I sing that song. I break into that song. You get mad at me.
My sister-in-law heard it and she's like, "Oh wow, it's really, really awesome." But it's so weird to hear you sing in Hebrew, because they all speak Hebrew. My brother, they all naturally speak in Hebrew. But when I left earlier, so English became more my first language. So when I speak Hebrew, I do have a little bit of an accent and I forget a few words because I don't practice much. But now hearing it, for me, it's a little bit of a challenge to sing it. So I will definitely prepare something.
I thought she was Russian.
Next time.
She is.
Yeah.
I thought your accent was Russian. It's Hebrew.
Well, when I was born, Russian was my first one. Then it turned into Hebrew. My teens were there. and then New York.
I know, it's pretty amazing, right?
It's like a whole United Nations in
It's
one
a
body.
whole lot of stuff. My dad texted me the other night. It was the middle of the night. He puts out this whole family text. I keep my phone on silent. He says, Mom and I just finished watching the 10 Commandments. He says, and I'm confused. This is not a joke. This is for real. He says, at the end, when Moses is given the 10 Commandments, right, universally, he doesn't, what language is he speaking at the end of the movie? So he Googled it. Was it Hebrew? Was it Aramaic? So there was a whole conversation going on my texting line on what language was the 10 Commandments written in.
And what was it?
Yiddish?
That's the question.
Mrs. Freeman was my Yiddish
That is the question.
neighbor in the building. She spoke Yiddish. Only woman I ever met.
I think it was Aramaic because I don't know if Hebrew existed as Hebrew, but I think it
Hebrew
grew
is
from
supposed
that.
to be, it's the most oldest language, so.
You know, it's funny.
So
they
it
used
could,
to-
that's, I don't, so it could have been, I don't know, the question is when the 10 Commandments
so where's
came.
the answer?
Google. Google says
Google
Hebrew.
is not necessarily right.
Exactly. So
You
I
know, it's
don't
funny.
know.
The last time I was told Hebrew meant for me to go make some coffee.
Hebrew. Could you go brew for me,
I go
please?
brew.
Anyway, amazing. And I'm so glad that you get to join us every Wednesday. And she gets to bring music here. And she's going to be, Aline will be April 17th at the Delandapalooza.
Definitely come. It's going to be awesome.
Delandapalooza.
Delandapalooza.
It's not in the Bronx. It's in Deland.
It's in
It's the
Florida, and it's live.
And it's
and
live.
It's going to be
And
very,
it's
very
no
exciting.
There's only one cover per band, so it's going to be all indie
All
music.
original music,
All original.
yes.
Which is exactly what we need to get things going in the right direction. I mean, it's great that the Superstar has all these great songs, but we don't need to keep talking
We
about
love
it.
original
Now,
music.
real quick, before we go to Manchester, I just want to announce that Amy Proshesky, who has a show right after us, and we are collaborating with Amy Proshesky Enterprises, for lack of a better word, but we are going to actually do the Boca Basil.
Basil.
Yeah, basil. Well, you know, what is it with you? In Spanish, it's basil, basil. Basil is that
Basil?
stuff you put
Basil. Yes, bagel. It depends on the herb
It's all
for
about the
Amy.
smoke. It's Boca Basil.
Yes.
Basil.
Boca Basil. We're going to actually do it. And we are going to invite artists into this program because we are creating
The network.
a network. And we are actually going to have shows for all of the artists to show their works and everything else. And then we're going to decide where we're going to house it. And I got news for you. Tomorrow night, there's a rumor that the mayor of Boca,
I don't think it's tomorrow night. I think it's in a couple weeks.
there's a rumor that the mayor of Boca is going to be on Mike Bazooka's show.
And
the
it's not
coinage
Boca.
guy. It's of Miami. Is it a Boca or Miami? You don't even know Mike Macchia. Who is he
I
bringing?
do, and it's not this week. I think because this week is only a half hour. There's
Oh,
an
the
interview
hour.
next
Okay,
week,
so
and
who
then
is it?
potentially in 2 weeks. It is potentially one of the mayors of the South Florida area.
One of the mayors is of Miami. What are you talking about?
I don't.
It's the Rican guy. Because I speak in Rican to him.
Speaking Rican. We'll
What
see.
I want to do is I want him to call the Boca guy because we're going to try to find a place to hold this big Boca.
Basil.
Basil.
All right, more information to come on that. Let's head over to Tony McKenzie in Manchester.
Yes.
Hi, Tony.
Hello. Hi from Manchester, UK.
How are you doing from Manchester? I love your pillows.
Oh, thank you. My leopard print. Yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of leopard, as you may have noticed.
It
How are you
matches your
too?
shirt. We're good. It kind of matches your whole outfit today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got everything in leopard print. I wear a lot of it. And decor and clothing.
Isn't that amazing? She just matches. What's happening over in the UK?
Well, we're moving forward. We're looking forward to, from Monday, shops, hairdressers, eating, drinking outside. So that's a step forward. And yeah, but apart from that, there's nothing sort of dramatic happened. The last time I spoke to you, I think it was 68 degrees, which is pretty hot for us here. And yesterday we had snow showers.
Isn't that
So very
unbelievable?
weather. Hmm.
And you had Easter and Easter Monday, and how was your Easter?
Yeah, it was good. It was quiet, but it was just a nice 4-day break. Because you have what spring break? That was the weekend before, wasn't it?
We have spring break here for like the whole month, and that's the whole thing that's going on in the beaches here. It kind of gets crazy because we're in the middle of a pandemic, but yet we're not in a pandemic in Florida. Everyone thinks it's different here. Lots of people, lots of things, but yes, we have spring break here as well.
Yeah, so we don't have that. Obviously, that's an American thing. But Easter Monday, you don't have, but we do for some reason. Yeah, so everybody's just going out and doing things as normal in Miami. And there's no social distancing, no masks?
There's no mandate. There's no mandate in Florida for masks. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
We have a slight problem. We have a slight problem, and nobody wants to talk about the elephant in the room, but they got a little bit carried away in Miami when the Northerners came down, what do they call them?
Spring breakers?
Spring breakers. And they thought that spring break meant let's break Miami, and that's exactly what they did. They broke it, so the curfew went to 8 o'clock, and there were a lot of arrests, and they had to send everybody home because you can't fit 500 people in one mattress. It's just ridiculous. So.
But everything is opening up. Things are doing better. The vaccine, able to get the vaccine pretty easily here in Florida. So that's a good thing. Absolutely. So those who want it are getting a lot of access to it. And things are opening, which is good. We've come a long way in a year.
Yeah, that's great. And the fact that people are going out and about and there's no mandate, how has that brought the numbers up, the number of cases?
We have what they call a scare spike, but it's not of the virus. It's about the one from the UK, the
variant.
The variant, and they're concerned because that one went up. But I haven't heard any spikes or anything else. They are actually pumping out. If you're 16 and above here, you can now get it. And I heard that by the end of the month, everybody's going to be eligible because Pfizer wants to put it in children so that as you go up, it sort of takes care of the bigger problem. But for the most part, stadiums are opening. You saw what happened in Texas, opened up their stadium. Texas refuses to shut down anymore. They had 46,000 people in Texas opening day in baseball. And then they had 18,000. So they're not, in Texas, they are just going full blown. Here, 20% is open. So it changes. You know, every state is different. New York City is a ghost town now. They can open it up to everybody. Ain't nobody there because they're all here. Everybody in New York came down here. Right. So we got restaurants in New York opening up in Florida. And I know friends that are opening up restaurants down here. It's just craziness because a lot of restaurants went out. They couldn't sustain. So,
but we got a lot of great stuff happening. Tell us about your guest.
Okay, well, my guest this week is Karen Kelly, and Karen is a former cabin crew, and she is an author of her very successful book that she wrote earlier this year, a novel. She'll tell you the title. It's Lillian's. I can't remember the full title, but she will tell you. And she's also a podcaster with 2 podcasts. How'd you do that? So, hi, Karen.
Hello.
Fascinated by your background.
I know it's not real, unfortunately. It's wallpaper.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because I know with what we do, our platform is not Zoom, so it doesn't allow a background. So I'm sitting here thinking, how did she do that? But that's your wallpaper.
How did she do that?
That's really
it's wallpaper, and I've sat myself in a strategic position so that you could see the best 2 walls in my office. Otherwise, you'll see coats and everything at the back of the door. You don't want to see that.
Wow, that's amazing. She gives me ideas. Uh-oh, look at his face. I know, but that's spectacular, amazing. Tony always brings on such great guests. So tell us about you. You've got some podcasts. You do a lot of different things.
Yeah, busy. And like Tony was saying earlier, we had a mini heat wave, so I'm sat here in jumpers because even though we've had cold weather, our boiler packed in and we've had no hot water or heat for 5 days. I'm freezing. So I might go blue as we're talking to you.
How hot is it?
About 5 degrees at the moment, and then with the wind chill, probably even colder.
5 degrees Celsius.
So it's like
45.
It's
Yeah, I'm
pretty
not
cold.
sure what the
But she has no
conversion
hot
is.
water and no heat.
You got no hot
And
water.
no heat. So it is freezing. And we pay into a scheme which is 24/7 call out, and it's 5 days, and we still haven't got any heat.
They
So
just
don't
told us
bother,
it's
it's
30
not worth
degrees.
it.
30 degrees.
But, yeah.
So let me ask you: is it good weather? Is it rainy? Is it snowy?
30
It's been snowing. We've had snow showers and not so much rain, but snow showers. But it has been really cold. And then go back a week ago, I was sat in the garden in shorts. We do get 4 seasons in one day, quite frequently here.
Where is she?
Are you in Manchester?
Well, not far. I'm in Cheshire, which is about 40 minutes away.
And Cheshire. A lot of your
It's not
friends,
too far,
a lot of
yeah.
guests
Same
that
kind of
you brought
weather.
on, Tony, are from Cheshire.
Yeah, well, where I live, in a town called Altrincham, which starts with an A, sounds like it starts with an O, Altrincham is on the border of Manchester and Cheshire. It used to be part of Cheshire. So we're right next door to each other. I can travel 3 or 4 miles down the road, and I'm in Cheshire.
Are these cities or like I see on TV, in the woods, Hansel and Gretel type of deal?
Towns.
Towns?
Towns, and Cheshire is a county.
Yeah.
With
So
towns in it.
In Manchester City.
And Karen, so that what I'm seeing is you wrote Lillian White's Journey.
Yeah, Lillian White's journey. There is a delay. I'm not sure if you can hear the delay. So that's Lillian White's journey. And you can see the front cover as a cabin crew member. Both Tony and I were cabin crew. Weren't we, Tony?
Yep. We were indeed. Not together, but we both were.
Not together. But this is a fiction novel, even though there is a few little twists and turns in there for experiences. But Lillian wakes up on the morning of her wedding in the bridal suite. She's lying next to a naked stranger. She's hungover. She's got no recollection of the previous night. And there's unread text messages from her soon husband to be, and she's only got hours to go before she's supposed to say, "I do." So that's the prologue, and that's how the book opens. And then it goes back to the first chapter, and it takes you through the journey of how she gets there, and then the ending picks the beginning back up again, and then you find out what happens.
This is a movie.
It's a movie! I know!
We
And
should
she
make
also
a
goes
movie.
to Florida. She goes to Florida in the book.
We should make a movie.
When did the book come out?
It was launched in June 2019, so almost a couple of years ago now. And actually, it's through networking and marketing the book that I ended up being a podcaster. So it's all very bizarre. If somebody had said to me 15 months ago, "Are you going to be working as a podcaster?" I would have laughed in their faces. So it's totally through networking and marketing the book that I ended up doing this as well.
And you've got 2 podcasts.
Yeah, so I've got and I wouldn't say adult as in a naughty podcast, but it's a podcast for like homepreneurs, mompreneurs, entrepreneurs, where I interview guests. And then I have a children's podcast, which I'm as surprised as anybody. It's going from strength to strength. It's going really well. So I launched it last October, and it went from 500 a week to 1,000 downloads a week globally, and nominated for an award. And it's doing really well. It's called Bedtime Stories. So I'm quite proud of that one.
That's incredible. You have 1,000 downloads a week, and you read stories
Yeah.
on there?
So I have the real authors reading children's picture books, really lovely, picture books. And so I introduce it, there's lovely music on there, and then the author reads the story, and then there's a short interview at the end where I interview the author. But it's lovely, calming music in there. It really is beautiful. I can't believe I made it work.
That's incredible.
She has a naughty podcast and a children's podcast.
It's not so naughty.
I'm trying to figure out what the
Not
word.
so naughty.
I got a
Not so naughty though. Is that called Appetite for Life?
Appetite for Life, yeah.
Not so naughty.
But Freddie, the book's naughty.
The book is naughty.
The book is naughty. And what's naughty
got
in the
some
book is
information.
what?
She wakes up in bed her wedding day with a complete stranger.
Really?
Naked.
That's not naughty. That's just bizarre.
I have to take your proper English and put it in American. For
I mean, we're
everybody
all
here.
days here. We thought we heard you say that. I'm like, no, she didn't say that. Wow. Naughty podcast.
And then it talks about how she ended up there and what happens next.
That's like there's a movie here, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What's the name of that movie?
That's
Hangover
it.
1 and
That's
2.
the main.
That's the naughtiness of it. Tony, have you read the books or heard the podcasts?
I haven't yet. I'm sorry, my eyes are watering. My eyes are streaming, so I'm dabbing away with the tissue here.
I was going to say, is
Excuse
this
me.
making you cry? I'm
Don't cry,
thinking,
Tony.
Don't
Don't
cry.
Tony's going to be the
Fighting back
leading.
the tears.
Would you like to be the leading role in this movie we're going to make?
With the naughty one?
The naughty one.
No, I don't know about that. Waking up in bed naked, I don't think I'd really fancy that on screen.
Depends who you wake up in
Well,
bed
it's
with.
funny
I guess.
because
It's amazing because you take her, Tony, from the UK, and then you take somebody here from the States and you cast them, and you're going to get two different vibes on this thing.
You know, I think women think men from the UK because their accent is so sexy. Women from the UK, do you think another country's accent is sexy in a guy?
yeah, like Italian, a foreign language.
French.
Italian.
And then
Which
French
one in
ones.
the movie?
She says
Italian,
Australian.
French, Australian. Yes,
The funny thing
Eileen's
is,
like Australian. All right, so we need to cast it with an Australian, with an Aussie,
well, I'm
We
going
need
to
an
get
Aussie
me.
accent.
I'm going to cast a female from Yummy City. Yummy
Imagine
City,
a
baby.
British female and an Aussie guy, and it would be very sexy
Yeah, but you don't
for
understand
everyone.
anything they say. I mean, this is going on. And
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
it's a naughty movie. It doesn't matter what they say, she says.
it ain't that kind of movie.
It's not that naughty.
It's not that naughty. Like, she makes naughty
It's
sound
not
naughty.
that naughty.
Listen, we're from the hood, so naughty to us is all in.
So that's your other podcast?
So the Appetite for Life is my other podcast. Sorry, there's a delay here, isn't there? And yeah, when I say it's naughty, it's not naughty. It's just more for adults, not for children.
So what do you talk
interviewing women in business,
Oh, okay.
Put it on down.
especially over COVID, actually, because it's amazing how many people have
So they can
turned their lives around and started something new and made a great success out of it. Amazing.
It's amazing, right? So that's so much of what we've gotten to do with Tony over the past, 6-8 months, Tony, is spotlighting women in business who have changed business because of COVID, and it's given them the opportunities to do more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
women, so women that maybe they were furloughed or they've lost their job and they've gone for a passion that they wanted to do, and maybe they're doing everything at weekends, have turned it into something really fantastic. I've met some amazing women in business and men.
Mm-hmm.
Trying IGTV, so we're trying some new technology. Yes, women in business. Hello, all of our friends out there.
Meanwhile, we have a tripod and they don't use it, but that's a different story.
Tripod's over there.
This is
But
some
it's-
crew that's going to be making your movie. That's all I got
But
to
it's
tell you.
totally changed so much. I actually heard that people who got SBA loans here, because our government has given out grant money and has given out loans and PPP, which is a part of our Paycheck Protection Program, there was a letter that just went out saying that loans that went out now don't have to be started to pay back for another year, and they're offering more money. So they were only offering up to 6 months. Now they're offering up to 12 if you email them and say, I need more money and why. So there's all these opportunities now for women in business or anyone in business to really dive right in to a passion and not feel like choke, like, oh my gosh, I got to start paying monies back, or I got to go back and I can't find a job. They're helping you grow your business. Are they doing things like that where you are?
Yeah, very much so.
Are you finding that helping women, both of you, in business to really jump into their passion and say, I love doing this and now I've got a little bit more freedom to do?
Yeah, I imagine it is. I don't know personally who's doing that. Most of the people I know are already in business, but a lot of them have changed and obviously had to start working online rather than in person. But I'm sure there are lots of women who have taken
Karen, what are
that
you
leap.
finding with new businesses?
Yeah, well, also women that may be registered to be self-employed who have started a business in the last 12 months can now apply for a grant as well, and they don't have to pay it back. So that's given them some leeway to continue what they're doing. I think it was anybody that was self-employed would get a grant, but only if they were registered. I think it was 3 years ago, whereas now they made it more kind of recent, so that people that have started a new business can claim for this grant, which will kind of give them some breathing space.
It's really interesting. Like there's this silver lining. I know it's like money falling from the heavens, right? And at some point it has to get paid back. But the concept of giving people an opportunity to start a new business, to get some money influx to go in and not have to pay it back right away, I think has to be a sense of breathing and relief and saying, I can maybe do something I really want to do that I couldn't do before. The opportunity did not even exist before.
That's right.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of the good things that have come from the pandemic.
I really think it's made a big difference. Are you seeing a difference with women that you talk to through the pandemic and the businesses they're in?
For me, definitely. Some of the women I've interviewed, they are shining. You know, they're so happy. I mean, obviously, the pandemic's been horrific for everybody's been affected, but there's been a lot of positives. Obviously, business has continued, thank God for Zoom, and they've continued, even women in fashion and everything, they're doing fashion shows online. It's brilliant.
Good stuff.
We're in the same kind of networking groups, aren't we, Tony? And we do get to see some brilliant businesses thriving.
Yeah, and we're very excited because we've got 2 live events coming up, haven't we, Karen? That we're both booked on, and one is one is Sue Francis, which I mentioned in a message I think to you about the recording, and it's in a beautiful sort of country house hotel, and it's a lunch in June, early July. And the other one is a guy that we know who makes the most gorgeous scented candles, and he's got this beautiful home in Cheshire, on the Wirral, and that's in a big marquee in his garden. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that these lunches go ahead, and that will be definitely a big step back to normality, because I love going to the real live events. Don't you, Karen?
It's just so exciting to get dressed up and not have to wear a mask and put my lipstick on. And
ladies, hold that thought. We're gonna come right back. Let's take a quick commercial break because you gotta answer that phone call.
All right, stay
tuned. We'll be right back. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Café Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Café Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or 2. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Café coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock nonstop to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey, this is Dan with Brooklyn Cafe TV and Amp2 TV. We are soon going to be doing bookings for all of our productions in-house through our LinkedIn page. So go there if you need whatever we do, whether it's music videos, promotional stuff, anything like that. We'll now be taking bookings through our LinkedIn page at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
And that will be Dan. And the new man.
I don't think I've ever seen Dan without a mask.
That was the first time. I didn't even recognize him. Said, who
Isn't
the
that
hell?
fun? It's like
Who
Dan
the
and
hell?
Sabrina. You just never know what they look like behind the
Sabrina
mask.
and Dan, they like two strangers, and we had them here forever.
Now who are you looking at over there?
I hope
All right,
your
let's bring
guest
our
is-
guests back over. We've got Tony McKenzie and Karen with us. I'm so excited to hear more about your podcast. When can we find it and where can we find all of that information, Karen?
Okay, well, Appetite for Life. I know you have a podcast as well, don't you? It's on Spotify, Amazon, Google, Apple Podcasts, Ghana Podcasts, and available to download like everywhere else. It's great. It's global as well. And the children's podcast, Bedtime Stories, contain the same platforms. That's easy for me to say. But we have a large following actually in the USA, followed by the UK, followed by India. So I have about 5,000 unique listeners, and a lot of those are from the USA.
Is it all audio?
Yes, all audio.
We have a kids TV network that we air on Saturdays, and I'd love to see if we can sort of partner with you a little bit on that, because
Yeah.
it's so important to get good content out for the kids. And we're working with a school now on podcasting. One of our home schools, a private school here, and we're teaching podcasting to kids.
Wow.
So I think that would be really cool. See if we can maybe somehow collaborate. So I would love to do that and see how we can work together. Because I
saw that on your website. I saw on your website the stuff that you do for children.
That everyone learns from their peers. You know, we learn from our generation, and I think for the younger kids, it's so important for them to learn positive habits and role models from each other instead of us just saying, do this. It's always good to model that. And books are always, everything's so digital. Freddie was talking before about back in the day, we actually had books and encyclopedias, and now everything's so digital. It's kind of nice to actually touch it, feel it, and hear the author read it, which is a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, I know this book's different, but I'm really old-fashioned. I don't know about you, Tony, but I love the smell of a new book. I'm not one of these people that would read from a Kindle. I have to have a book in my hand, and a cup of tea or a glass of wine. I can't read anything from a digital device. It just isn't me, not really.
Tony, do you work with a lot of authors?
No, I don't really. No, I just sort of went and wrote my book by myself. I've got to know a lot of people. In fact, in Sue's group, there are now lots of women who've written books because she holds this literary lunch once a year, and authors, she has guest authors, and our mutual friend Sean, the Muse, is the she did your book too, didn't she? She was your book writing mentor.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Copy editor, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple
So I've got
ideas I
to
want to
know-
run by you ladies. I
I'm sorry?
I have a couple ideas. I want to run Editor's Desk by Tony, and I'll connect with Karen. I want to see how we can collaborate one side on editors and books, Growing up, my grandmother
Yeah.
always said she was a teacher. So back in the day, women didn't even work back in my grandmother's day. That she went to college, she became a teacher. It's always books are your friends. They would take us to the library and check out books. But it's kind of nice to take that pause, like you said, and hold a book and teach kids what it's like to have a book and hold it. So more to come on that. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. Tony, your book, Your Flight to Happiness.
My book, my actual paperback book, right here, is Your Flight to Happiness, a 7-step journey to emotional freedom, a self-help development book about how to create happiness from within. It's available from Amazon.com, but it takes about 3 weeks I think it took you about 3 weeks to receive your copy, didn't it, Dawn? But you can download the Kindle. If you are into ebooks, you can download the Kindle version. But Barnes & Noble, I believe, are quicker, and they have it on their website too. So a couple of options for anybody who might be interested.
Awesome. Ladies, as always, thank you for joining us. Karen, I hope you get some heat, or you know what, come over to Florida because it's really beautiful here.
I know. I've been to Florida. I miss it so much. And you've got such beautiful attire, gorgeous dresses on, and we're wrapped up in our jumpers.
Amazing. Thank you so much. A pleasure. We'll stay in touch. I got some ideas. All right, you ready to wrap this up? I think we've got a filter on this camera.
Why?
Because we look like we're filtered. I look like I got a green screen behind me.
I don't know what that is.
You don't see ice blue? It doesn't look ice blue.
I have blue eyes.
You look like you've got blue eyes. No, it looks like there's...
I do have blue eyes.
I know, I'm teasing you. You do have blue eyes. No, it looks like there's a filter on here. I don't know. My hair looks like...
The lawyer who got the cat filter?
Yes.
Yes.
And he didn't know how to get it off.
That was hysterical.
He didn't know how to get it off. That's happened to me a few times. There's a monkey or something that I went in there. You ever see on your phone you can see animals?
No.
And you talk? Yeah, I'll show it to you. And you can't get them off. Yeah.
We can put you like a lizard and you got a tongue coming out?
No.
No.
Say goodbye, Lucy.
All right, let's wrap this up. Tune in today at 2:30 for The Art of Amy Reshevsky. She's got a new artist joining us on set. Nice IG. So all of our friends over in IG land, nice to see you. Slick, nice job. And our crew, Salsa, fantastic job on the board running it today. And yes, you can check out our link tree as well for bookings, for more information, for all of our social media sites. And any businesses looking to come forward, we're going to try and connect you on LinkedIn as well. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe, be kind to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze days of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could